Okay, would you say your school is more geared towards those interested in competition or self-defense?
Mostly competition, just because my partner Carlos and I were both competitors.
Okay, and what could you expect from a typical day of training there?
On a typical day, we do warm-ups together. We do drills. Basically, we go through a series of basic drills. We teach technique, and then after technique, we usually start our live rolling.
Okay, and can you tell me a little bit about your Muay Thai program? Like, what's the curriculum, what a typical class looks like, and what you could expect after training there for 2 to 3 months?
Sure. We're actually excited about our Muay Thai program. We've had a few Thai instructors, but we just recently teamed up with the crew Muay Thai folks in New Jersey. So those classes start with a syllabus that has a basic technique that we teach, and then depending on time remaining, we also allow them sparring at the end of classes. Sparring is optional in the Thai classes. There's a ranking system that goes from white to yellow. Then there's a blue belt curriculum, and it goes up to 3 levels: level 1, 2, and level 3.
Okay. So, what could you expect to have learned after 2 to 3 months? Like, where would you be in Muay Thai?
In 2 to 3 months, you'd probably be halfway through the curriculum. It should take about 10 months to progress from the level 1 to level 2. And that's if you're attending a couple classes a week. So in 3 months, you'd be at least halfway to level 1.
Okay. And in your jiu-jitsu program, how do you start your students off? Like for a complete beginner, like what would you begin training them in?
Okay. All of our intro classes start with teaching basic position. Everyone that comes in, we explain the basic positions for jiu-jitsu and their use, and how they can use them for sport jiu-jitsu as well as for self-defense. So that's the first class for everyone. Then we move on to defense. We're really heavy into showing defenses before we start showing submissions.
Okay. And you have programs in jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA. Do you have access to all of these classes once you sign up? Or do you pay separately?
We offer different packages. I mean, you could have an all-inclusive package. We have people who are just interested in just Muay Thai, people who are just interested in jiu-jitsu. Our MMA program is kind of a combination. We have guys who train with us who want to fight, and that's more like a one-on-one basis where we train our MMA guys.
Okay, and is your fitness kickboxing class geared towards solely losing weight?
Absolutely not. A big majority of people who come there have some type of fitness goal. For some people, it's weight loss. For some people, it's fat loss. For some people, it's just cardio. So it varies, and we've got varying age groups. So that just really depends.
Okay. And besides age, what's the main difference between your kids and your adult martial arts classes?
Age is pretty much it. As a matter of fact, once they're at about 13 or 14, I have a few of my kids who actually attend the adult classes. So that's on a case-by-case basis. When we feel like their skill level is sufficient enough to roll with the adults.
Okay. And what would you say is the main goal for your students?
We've sort of taken a philosophy from Sergio Pena. I just, the art of jiu-jitsu and martial arts in general have done wonders for my life as far as the discipline and just overall love for the sport. So that's what we hope to take away from it, the love for Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Okay, and what are your future plans and goals for your school?
We've been in a constant growth since we opened up about 5 years ago. So at this point, the sky's the limit. Just continued growth, and watching new students come in and compete if they want to, and placing and doing well at tournaments as we do. We just want to continue that standard.
Okay, and how often do you have guest instructors such as Sergio Penha come in and help instruct the class?
We try to get Sergio in at least twice a year. We have Pat Stano, who is a black belt under Sergio, also in Pennsylvania. He comes down, does seminars for us regularly. And there's Anthony Argueros, who Anthony was the Naga fighter of the decade. I think for 10 years he's probably gone undefeated in Naga tournaments. And he comes down regularly also as part of the team to help out with seminars.
Now, is there anything that you would say separates your school from others like it? Like, what makes it unique?
I think the thing that separates us from almost all schools is, again, the teachings of Sergio, and it's a lot of the technique is directly from Sergio Pena. It's interesting to see a news article or see something on the web where you have guys like Victor Belfort or BJ Penn going out and seeking to train with Sergio, and just to know that we've got access to that all the time is what separates us from the rest.
Okay, and is there anything that you would like to say to any of my viewers that would be interested in training at your school?
Yeah, no, I'd invite any viewers that you have to come on in and train with us. I think they'll find a very unique experience compared to maybe some of the other schools they visited.
Okay. All right, so that'll be all. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Have a nice day.
Yeah, you